big walls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the princesses and the gifts came in. Yes, I'm gonna reach out and say
Yeah. Someone gave me this because it's a Women of the Wall palace, but it has to, she didn't want it because it would be worn.
And you fold it under otherwise.
No. So I'll try to get it out once, but it's a
my
little
bar
warm.
mitzvah collar has stains all over it.
Yeah.
Lipstick and wine and all.
Let's have some fun, friends. Hi, CJ.
Oh my gosh. You okay?
I talked to your mom. I talked to your mom.
Oh, did you? She actually heard you?
I mean, it was a struggle, but she did understand, I think, that it was me. And I said, would it be okay, Louise, if I came and visited you? She's like, well, I guess, what am I going to do if you do?
That sounds like your mother.
Or he would go and start at 7.
That doesn't
What's
seem
better?
good.
She was at night.
Do you... No. Are you going to be there tomorrow? What time? Well, I have to do a cover tour, but then I was thinking about trying to go over. Where? What room? 1313. Where is that? Do you? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
I know, I was looking at the baby. Your baby. I was distracted by your baby. Sorry.
Sorry. Come on in. We're a small but mighty crowd tonight. We have a minion. I think we're all excited about the festival. We've been here. There's been a lot of people here this week. Well, again, Shabbat Shalom. And Brooklyn, are we all good online? Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's sing a little just to get ready. Maybe that'll bring some friends in the door. We're on page 128. Hinei Ma Tov, how good it is to be together. Let's sing it. Debbie Mitchell, so happy to have you. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hinei Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hinei Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam Well, I am grateful Shabbat is here. Maybe you are too. Let's take just a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Kind of let the stresses of the week wash away. And take a second deep breath in and out. Settle ourselves here in this sacred space. It's not inherently holy. It's holy because we are here together to make it holy. And we're going to help to make it holy with light. And so we're so honored that Paula Justice is going to come up, page 120 and 121, as we light our Shabbat candles.
I should light them first then, because it says, as Shema lights give us light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Ashel Shabbat. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. We have some candy. I think Amanda wanted to help pass some out, and Debbie, we've got some over here. So Amanda, you can come get some, and you can help hand it out while we hand out a bit of sweetness for those of you online. If you want to get a piece of chocolate or something to help make your Shabbat more sweet, that is a good thing to do. And we're going to be on page 603 for our priestly blessing. These words actually, when I have a chance on Sunday at the Jewish festival to open the Torah scroll, our Torah is actually rolled right now to these words, the priestly blessing, asking God to bless us and keep us. So in just a second, after everyone has some candy, thank you, Debbie and Amanda, double duty. We will take an opportunity to share blessings with one another. While we wait, turn to your neighbor, turn to your loved one, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Say hello to someone that you don't know or don't know well. It's okay to move around. Everyone good? Okay, hold on to it. Don't eat it yet. We're going to share sweetness in just a moment. Thanks, Amanda. Okay. So these beautiful words of blessing, repeat after me. Yevarechecha Adonai, V'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God keep you. Ye'er Adonai, Panav Elecha, V'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you. May God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai, Panav Elecha, V'yasem Lecha, Shalom. May God lift up God's face upon you. Lift up God's face upon you, and may God give you peace. Amen. Okay, share that sweetness with someone you love, someone you're getting to know, someone you care about. I'm going to bring mine to CJ, who we are so lucky to be. Oh, you got double duty here. Thank you. We traded. We are so lucky to have such beautiful music. Thank you to Debbie and Mitchell and to CJ. We are going to turn in our prayer books to page 146. When my friends Rhapsody and Cerny, would you guys be willing to come open the ark for us? That would be amazing. Page 146. If you're able, we'll rise together as our ark is opened for the Baruch Hu. able, will remain standing. Turn to page 149. This prayer, we move through prayers of creation to a world of love and God's oneness. And on page 149, let's read together at the bottom of the page. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai.
Hamariv Aravim. And turning to page 151, at the bottom of the page, let's read this responsively. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things
your Torah gives us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love?
Then this holiness of your works in the living language that gives it form. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. 152 Shema.
Shema.
Be seated. We'll turn together to the next page, 154. We'll continue chanting the words of Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha v'kumecha uv'kshartam leod al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeich yadchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
And on page 157, we're not so far away from Passover, just a couple weeks. We're counting our way, but we're in this sort of liminal space between Passover and the receipt of our Torah on Mount Sinai that we celebrate at Shavuot. So I still just find myself very much in that feeling of freedom. And so let's read this beautiful reading together at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands marching,
together.
and singing too. So we'll turn the page. Let's sing with Debbie and Mitchell our beautiful prayer of freedom. Mi Chamocha, page 158. Clapping is encouraged. And dancing too. I see my friend Karen, who likes to bring some dance sometimes to Mi Chamocha. Whatever moves your spirit, our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha. Join us, Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Noratehi lo nosef eleh, Noratehi lo nosef eleh.
Malachutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Miriam.
And just turning the page once more to 161, we begin to focus, though it's still light outside, on what will become in a few hours the darkness, the evening, and we ask for God's protection over us. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
Try that with us.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot. Shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
On pages 164 and the next few after that, we continue with our tefillah. If you're able, we'll rise together as we open our ark. may be seated. Over the next few number of pages, there are additional prayers on the page that you might consider tonight, or also the prayers of your own hearts. And we'll continue together in just a moment or two with Shalom Rav on page 178. We'll share these words of peace. I always love, I don't know about you, but things feel sometimes really big in the world, right? So much going on and everything's overproduced, so big. And yet here's our beautiful prayer of peace, Shalom Rav, asking for a great peace, right? We need so much peace. We need all the peace, abundant peace, whatever that looks like to you. Let's share these words in song. Page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. 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 Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom.
Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So nice to see you. It's a busy week at Temple Emmanuel. We have a lot going on. And it's been a hard week. It's been a long week. We've lost friends, and perhaps things feel just a little bit different. So I just want to acknowledge this space and being here together and how important it is. There's an age-old joke in synagogue life when B'nai Mitzvah dates are assigned. There's always the quiet hope among the families. Please, anything but the Torah portions, Tazria and Mitzorah. Why? Faced with portions full of skin conditions and bodily details and purification rituals, many of the tweens wonder what they did to deserve such terrible Torah portions. But of course, that's part of the wisdom of our Torah, of our stories. It turns out that most of the time, the Torah gives us exactly the texts that we need to read, that lead us directly to the conversations we might need to have, and then challenges us to find deep meaning within them. And more often than not, those who begin by dreading Tazria or Mitzorah, or like this week, it's both, Tazria, Mitzorah, end up discovering just how deeply these texts actually speak to them. Embedded in this week's double portion are lessons that speak exactly to what it means to feel different, to feel apart, set apart, or exposed to something scary, and ultimately welcome back lovingly into the community. In fact, there's a beautiful teaching from the rabbis right at the outset of our Torah portion, the double portion this week, about the strange rituals related to a skin disease known as tzara'at. Now, tzara'at is a condition that affects a person's skin. It can affect their skin, the clothing, or even the walls of their home. And it is often translated as leprosy, but that's actually a bit misleading. It was not the same as modern-day leprosy, and most scholars see it as something quite different from it. In the world of the Torah, tzara'at is best understood as a spiritual condition that had physical symptoms. Now, a person might develop unusual discolorations or patches on their skin. See what I mean? Really awesome portion. And when a person was afflicted with tzara'at, they had to be sent outside of the camp for a time period before they would be able to come back. But when the healing began, the Torah did not simply say they came back into the camp. Rather, there is more of an elaborate, precise exercise that they must go through. The Torah describes a careful ritual of return in which the priest, the high priest, had to go out to meet that person who had been suffering with tzara'at. They made holy offerings to God, and the community had to prepare itself to receive the person back to help them on their re-entry back into the community. And the teaching of the rabbis here, I think, is as beautiful as it is profound. The healing of the person who was afflicted with tzara'at was never portrayed as their own personal experience. Right? How many of us have dealt with something, illness, or something that has caused us to feel outside or different, and we go through it completely on our own? Right? But that's exactly what the Torah says this is not. This is a deeply uncomfortable physical manifestation, something going deep on with inside a person, and yet it is not private at all. Deeply personal, but not private. Rather, the healing of the person with tzara'at is laid out as a communal ritual where everyone in the community has a role and a responsibility to play in making sure that the person is able to re-enter society, and not just re-enter society, but re-enter society in a loving and caring way. Here's the steps as I understand them. After the diagnosis by the priest, the afflicted person must leave the camp for a certain amount of time, usually a week. And they stay out there alone. At some point, the priest will go out to the person and will deem that person free of the tzara'at. So literally, the priest now has to leave the community to go out to the person and bring ritual sacrifices with them. And once those are done, the priest would have retrieved the person and brought them back to camp where the community would have welcomed them back. Other individuals in the community have certain roles to help make room for the person to return and make sure that they are safe to come back into the community. And I love this concept that the rabbis of ancient times understood. This is the fact that holiness, right, this is all related. We're right in the middle of the book of Leviticus, all about the holiness in our world. That holiness is not just about staying in the community and praying for someone's healing, right? Or praying that they come back healthy and safe. But rather, the priests had to go out and be with them, help to make sure they were ready to return, help bring them in, and then the people of the community also had a role to make sure that they could be brought in lovingly once they were ready to return. It's not just about words, it's about deeds. It's about actions. It got me thinking a little bit about this weekend and all that is going on, and I found a sweet story that I think helps us connect this ancient ritual of Tazria Metzora and our festival. Now, the festival is not full of mold or other diseases, I promise. Maybe if you go to the petting zoo and don't wash your hands, but I think there's a beautiful connection here. There's a sweet old story about a small shtetl synagogue, right, Tevye, right, a small shtetl synagogue that had fallen into disrepair. The roof was leaking, right, the carpet was dirty, the benches were wobbly, and the walls were worn from generations of hands leaning against them in prayers or hitting the doors on their way to the oneg. And one year, before a major event, it was a major holiday, the rabbi of the small shtetl announced that the synagogue needed repairs immediately or they would not be able to gather safely for the holiday. And so the whole town came together to make the repairs possible. The town merchant made a large donation to start the repair process, and the baker in the town brought food for the volunteers, and the children carried nails and paintbrushes, and maybe they brought some Hershey Kisses along for the people. And the elders in the room sat in the room and told stories of what the synagogue meant to them and to their families, their parents and grandparents who had come before them. And believe it or not, the people who could not even lift a nail or a hammer, they still showed up ready to encourage people. And by the end of the weekend, the building stood completely renewed. The proud rabbi looked around and said, "It was never funds alone that built and rebuilt this place through all the years. It was the people remembering that this house, this synagogue, it belongs to all of us." I think that's the spiritual heart of the lesson from this week's Torah portion, and also the Jewish festival that's coming up this Sunday. Like the Torah's ritual of return in this week's double portion, it's not simply about raising funds, though sure, that is part of it. But more importantly, especially at this moment in time, this Shabbat, this message of Tazria Metzora and how we bring community in, and this festival weekend where we will open our doors to more people than perhaps come here throughout any time in the rest of the year or all together. I think it's about us reaffirming what it means to belong. As I like to call it, it's my favorite term, the festival, and I think the ritual of return from Tazria Metzora were all hands on deck events, right? The person in the Torah needed everyone to have a job and a responsibility. And that's the same thing, I think, that we need this particular weekend, when we will all lend our hands and hearts to the festival. I think it's a sacred act because every person's presence says, this community matters to us, its future matters, and we are responsible to one another. And that's the same lesson in this week's Torah portion, Tazria Metzora. We are reminded in this scaly, gross, bodily fluid Torah portion that holiness is not only built through having perfect spaces, right? But it's about the community willing to come together to rebuild in ways that we need, to grow from the strength that we already have, to come and sell sandwiches, to do whatever is needed, because that's what community does. So this weekend, as we read Torah, as we study, as we volunteer, as we donate, as we buy sandwiches, every conversation we have with a new person or an old person or someone who's been here 1,000 times or someone who's never been here before, that's the lesson of showing up, of being there for community. The real pride, I think, will not only be in what we have raised, though it's important, but it will be in what we have revealed about ourselves and about our community. I believe at the end of this Shabbat, at the end of this weekend of the festival, we will discover and continue to discover that we are a temple that is sustained by many hands, one big giant heart, and a powerful community that is always here to open the doors of our sanctuary as wide as possible. Whether you are here for the very first time, you are here every Friday night, or God willing, you will be one day here in the future. So thank you for being part of it. Thank you for building this beautiful, special community, and Shabbat Shalom. And so I get to invite my friend Stacy Papier up, who is our co-chair of the festival, to share some announcements with you.
I don't really have any other announcements. I see that there are many, many wonderful things happening, but I am of an age where I need glasses to really read them. So I'm just going to talk about the festival, which I really don't need to do because Rabbi Amy has already done it. We do the festival every year. We started in 2007. We did every other year, and then we gradually moved into every year. And it's an event. We have hundreds of volunteers. I'm pretty sure you all are on the list somewhere. And if not as a volunteer, you'll come as a guest. And we just love to open our doors to other communities and to show off a little. We want to show what we have, and we want to share it with the other communities. And our tagline that we started last year is Connecting Communities. So I know there's people coming from Durham. I know there's people coming from Charlotte and Raleigh and who knows where else. But we really want our Greensboro people to be here and to feel comfortable. And we're excited. A couple days ago, we were stressed. But now it's all coming together. I apologize for the noise. Happy Rents was a little late. But the tables and the chairs are here. And the worker bees will be here tomorrow also to put everything out. So, Shabbat Shalom. And we hope to see everybody on Sunday. Thank you.
But I will make a shameless ask. If you have not signed up for the festival and you are willing to lend a few hours of your time, just find me or find Stacy tonight and let us know. We are still welcoming people to volunteer and do all sorts of things. I'm very happy because I think it's going to be a beautiful 65-degree fall day. It's going to be perfect for the festival, and I will be here all day. Rabbi Andy, who you know is away in Poland on the March of the Living with many of our teens and adults in our community, will not be here, and so I am going to do my very best to lead all of the sanctuary tours throughout the day. So If you're looking for me, I will either be purchasing a knish very quickly, or I will be in the sanctuary giving a tour, and I hope you'll come say hello. We're on page 371 in our prayer books, because as I said before, we are thinking of those in our community who are in need of healing and just too much sadness and loss. And so we want to hold in our hearts all those who need our support, right? Those who need us to help bring them back into the community. So we'll share the blessing of Misha Barach in the middle of the page. We'll start with the first part, a blessing for all of us, that we might have the courage to make our lives a blessing. And then if you have the permission of the person you are thinking about to share their name out loud, I hope you'll do that, and then we'll share the second part of this blessing for them.
Of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We're holding in our heart for healing blessings tonight. We missed anyone? Let's share the second part of this blessing for them.
Those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
As we prepare for Aleinu, invite you to rise as our ark is opened. We're on page 586 at the bottom of the page. As I shared before, it is a sad week. We have lost so many in this community, and the room itself feels differently. So I'm just holding all of our community together with a warm embrace tonight. We are thinking about Cheryl David, her family, our friend Davida Levine, her husband Steve, her daughter Ruth, all of her grandchildren. We're thinking of Zana, Baruch, sister-in-law of our friends Jean and Marlene. And we're thinking about Evan Bates and his family as well. And we're also calling to mind on the back of your handout the yard sites for many in our community. We're thinking tonight of Faye Bernstein, Jacob Berstein, Jack Corday, Amelia Deas, Carl Dresser, Joan Feinsod, Lillian Fink, Ruth Gamberg, Benjamin Goland, Leo Goldfarb, Ira Gutman, Linda Gutman, Francis Isaacson, Leonard Kaplan, Ruth Krantz, Gershon Levine, Peter Liebling, Mary Elizabeth Lustig, Sarah Mackler, Benjamin Marks Sr., Evelyn Munitz, Gary Osborne, Mary Siegel, Dorothy Solomon, Dorothy Stern. If I've mispronounced anyone's name, or if you're here in observance of Yahrzeit or one of the other periods of mourning, as I look around the room, I invite you to share their name. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be an abiding blessing. If you're able, we'll once again stand for support as we share Mourners Kaddish together as a holy community, page 598. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yurte v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabam v'varach le'alam u'lamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all peoples everywhere, and together let us say, Amen. Well, again, Shabbat Shalom. It's so nice to see so many beautiful faces. Big weekend ahead. Always deep, deep gratitude. CJ, thank you for your beautiful music. And Debbie and Mitchell for uplifting our services with beautiful song. Let's share one more song in here together on page 648. A personal favorite, Shir Chadash. After which we will join together in the foyer, which might be a little bit busy out there with festival stuff, but don't worry. You'll find some juice and you'll find some wine and some treats, I'm sure. And we'll make just a couple more blessings before we head out for the rest of Shabbat. Please say hello to someone you didn't come in with, especially if they're alone or you don't know them or they don't know someone. Be that welcoming community. So page 648, we're going to make our way down to be in community. If you're comfortable putting your arms around someone near you, do that. If you're not, that's cool too. Whatever works for you, but let's make sure our community feels well supported and loved this Shabbat. Shir Chadash, page 648.
Shir Chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, the new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai Shir Chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. The other thing, I like, oh, look, don't fall.
It's funny that we're all in tune of like how many stanzas, how many times we get.
The other thing, look, it's so hot.
It was hot in here.
So it wasn't just me.
No, and I'm usually a cold-blooded person.
Oh, look at that. Perfect time.
That's fantastic. Perfect.
It's okay.
Oopsie poopsie.
Okay,